All right, everybody, we're going to open up another booster box of Lorcana Rise of the FloodBorn. This is another box that will be going for Video Game Trader singles inventory. So if you want to buy any of the singles that you see in today's video, check that link that is down in the description, or you can go see them in shop. They do have an in-store kiosk you can purchase from. Let's go ahead and jump right into this box and see if it is just as amazing as the first one we opened. So for those of you that didn't see before, we did get a crazy box for our first box opening. We did get an enchanted, so make sure you go check out that video. And again, if you want to jump on any of these singles while they're still in stock, the link for you is down in the description. Let me know. Ooh, we're having a little bit of trouble getting the tab open here. There we go. Wanted to fight with us over there. That crazy Tiana was using resist. Here we go. Let me know what your favorite mechanic is in the game, because there are a lot of new mechanics and keywords coming into Lorcana. But let's take another look at how amazing this set is. We got a Tigger, Jafar, Dopey, Judy Hopps, Raya. We have a Maurice's Workshop, the Queen for our first super rare, and a foil Robin Hood. Yes, my personal favorite from the set so far. I love the Sizu. There are just, there's so many good legendaries and so many good enchanteds in this set. It is really hard to pick a favorite, but the Merlin and Madam Mim mechanics look fun, and the discard mechanics look amazing. Jafar, we got a Pain, Caterpillar, Christopher Robin, another really good upgrade for some of these Amber decks to get just random lore just from being able to not quest. Pretty good. And we got a Merlin rare. This does come in the theme deck, I believe is a one of. And we got a foil Prince Charming. All right, so the legendaries that we pulled in the last box, we got a Mufasa, we got that Alice, but I really want to see the Belle. We would like to see another Madam Mim too. We did pull one in the last video, but if you haven't checked it out, make sure you check the link in the description because that'll be down there as well. We got a Minnie Mouse, back-to-back minis, but different minis. I thought it was the same one for a second. We got a Cinderella, amazing card. This is going to make Steel a powerhouse. Being able to shift this for 5 and attack ready characters is pretty good. And a foil Hypnotize, nice. Now, I am curious if they are going to eventually spread into the other things like the Marvel Universe or the, just like anywhere else that they have, like even Star Wars they can potentially go through. I don't know if they're going to go that route, but they're basically going to stay with the animated stuff, I would assume. But there are animated versions of those as well. We have a Bucky, I love it. Another great discard mechanic card. Yzma, we have a Queen of Hearts for our rare. A Flynn Rider, solid 4-drop card in this set. And a Let the Storm Rage On foil. First deck I am definitely building is going to be a green, yellow, or amber emerald discard mechanic deck. Synergy around Prince John and Flynn Riders. It's going to be a lot of fun. But then next, we're definitely going to be doing something with the Merlin and Madam Mim bounce mechanics. It's going to be hilarious. Bashful, Queen of Hearts. We have a Pinocchio, a Basil, and a foil Rabbit. Now the Pinocchio there, that 2-drop for 3 is going to be really good in some of these rush decks. You can rush out, you can bounce them back to your hand so they don't get taken out by questing. It's pretty good. There's going to be a lot of decks that are super fast in this new format. So it's going to be interesting to see the format evolve because I think it's going to change big time week by week. 4 dozen eggs. We have a Raya, a Beast legendary. Beast got so much love in this set. Multiple legendaries, multiple commons and uncommons. Absolutely amazing. And this is probably one of the strongest cards that Steel now has to offer. And we have a foil Cheshire Cat. Man, I'm telling you, we have pulled some absolutely amazing cards in here. But I have been playing competitively. Do you guys and girls have anywhere that you like to play locally? Have you had trouble picking up product? I know that's kind of a dumb question because everybody's been having trouble picking up product.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
But some places, believe it or not, aren't as heavily populated. So if you play games in an area that's not as heavily populated and traveled, you might have access to all of the cards. And that's a pretty good thing because it's not common. We have a Hiram Flaversham and a Namari foil. Yes, right now, this is absolutely one of the hardest card games to be able to get consistent supply of, and obviously it's because it's new. Ravensburger's doing what they can to get it out to us. They did a reprint of set 1 already, so they are doing the best they can. The thing that is making it a little tough and frustrating are the resellers that sell it like 2 to 3 times what the retail price is, because they're even getting it for less than retail from distributors. So it's kind of makes it a little hard. We have a Merlin, Peter Pan Shadow. This card is insanely strong. Evasive, Rush, and other characters with Rush get evasive. This is insane in a lot of builds. Giving those Rush characters evasive, getting to take out other characters, and then not lose them on the attack back is pretty good. And we have a Mickey Mouse, followed by a foil Piglet. So comparing this to our other box, we did find out that we are still gonna get roughly 4 to 5 legendaries in a box. You're gonna get roughly 11 to 13 of your super rares, and then everything else is gonna be a mix of common, uncommon, and rare. Now, we didn't get a legendary foil in the last box, but we did get an enchanted. So we're gonna see if that happens in every box. Shere Khan, we do have a super rare Dr. Facilier. Look at them cards. We got a foil blue fairy. So if you did get a chance to play this weekend, any of the events, let me know what you did play, if they did a theme deck tournament, if they had enough product to do sealed. Let me know if your pulls were great, or what mechanics that you liked in terms of synergy, like what cards worked best with others. We have a Benja, Li Shang, Ring the Bell. I think this card is extremely strong card game itself to be able to use. We have a Fang Crossbow, Wait Set for our first rare, a Cinderella 1-drop, another amazing card, a 1-drop that could sing something for 3. This is pretty good. Being able to sing like Friends on the Other Side on turn 2 and being able to play a threat is pretty good. And we have a Sleepy's Flute foil. There are so many local events near us. We have a lot of big tournaments, a lot of 1Ks. We did have a 2K last week put on by Top Deck GG, but they had to alter it because there weren't enough people. But I've been seeing some big events for Lorcana, and they haven't even announced the official events for this yet, which they're going to be doing next year. So I'm excited about that. Who's going to be traveling and playing in these tournaments? I know I am, and I hope to see you there. We have a Pete rare. We got this in the legendary, or the enchanted form in the last video. And the Beast legendary. This card is amazing. Second Wind being able to damage and ready the character, and you can quest with this as many times as you want in a turn. So if you got Robin Hoods and stuff like that to do ping damage, or even characters to challenge to deal damage, this can get out of hand very quick. I've seen people on Pixelborn quest for upwards of 20 plus in one turn with this card, but that's only because their boards were getting a little out of control. And we have a foil Merlin. So far, both of our legendaries were both of the Beasts. Beast actually got 2 different legendaries in this set, which is pretty cool. We got a Basil, Grumpy. This is me every morning when I don't have my coffee. We have a Merlin, Felicia, Jafar. We got the Mickey Mouse armor, or just mouse armor rather. Bounce, we got Tigger hanging out in there. We got the Hey Hey. Tell me, Hey Hey just looks glorious in this picture, that's all. We have Mrs. Judson, a Tiana. Now this card is gonna be extremely hard to deal with, I'm not gonna lie. The fact that you can actually turn your player's actions off in a discard mechanic deck with resist, this has the potential to get out of control. There is enough removal to deal with it, but it depends on how much of that gets played in the meta decks. And a bound foil. All right, we're about halfway through the box. 2 legendaries, a bunch of good super rares, and I think now at this point we've seen pretty much the majority of the cards in the set with the exception of the legendaries. We have a Tigger, Last Cannon. If you spot a card that we haven't pulled yet, comment down below and let me know what we haven't pulled. We have a Raya, Perplexing Signposts. We have a Lumiere, and a foil Snow White. And obviously when I say that, I'm talking about between the videos that you have seen us release so far. So this should be the second video in the series. We have opened one for Video Game Trader. This is the second one for Video Game Trader, and I'll be opening one for myself here in the next day or so as well, so that I can get some product to play some local tournaments. We have Donald Duck. We got Sardine Can, Strength of the Raging, or Strength of a Raging Fire. We have a Grand Pavi, another cool card that I'm gonna be curious to see if the synergies work around him or if it's gonna be too slow to make it work. Then we got a foil Arthur. All right, so far this has absolutely been a solid box. Our super rares, all very good. And now when I've been looking back, how much of set 1 do you think is actually gonna take a back seat now that set number 2 or Rise of the Floodborn is out? I wonder how much of the set 1 cards that were really expensive, especially the Rapunzel legendary from set 1, I wonder if it's gonna see as much play as it did before this set release. We have a Little John, a Merlin regular rare, and a foil Last Cannon. But with the way the theme decks are, it definitely seems like they're trying to push you towards playing that bounce mechanic with Merlin, because they give you kind of all the building pieces for it in the theme deck. And also the other one is a Snow White Synergy with the 7 Dwarfs. So I think they're trying to push you to those deck types or those builds, but we'll see what happens in this set. And clearly the first 4 sets they said were designed together. So you're going to see a lot of new mechanics come out that work between sets 1 through 4. We have a Mulan, we have a Namari Super Rare, and a Foil Owl. Last third of the box we got here. Let's see what we can get. I would like to see that Namari, the steel Namari that can actually attack readied characters or challenge readied characters. The Queen, probably one of the best commons in the game at 1-drop, since she does have a shiftable 2 in the set that is really, really powerful. 0 to Hero, another very solid card that you can cheat cards into play. Nick Wilde, You Can Fly. Gaston, we have the Sisu, another very solid card. This one, whenever you I can't talk. Whenever you quest, look at the top 2 cards of your deck. You may put 1 into your hand and the rest on the bottom. This is pretty good, a 2/4 for a 4. Now, it isn't inkable, but it does get you some card advantage on questing, which makes your opponent have to deal with it kind of soon, because giving blue card advantage is really tough since they have the ability to ramp into such really big characters. And we also have a foil Dinner Bell. Speaking of card advantage, these two do work together. That sounded weird, but these two definitely work together in tandem in some of these decks, being able to draw and then potentially sacrifice depending on how much damage is on some of your other creatures. I love both of these cards, and I hope to see some red and blue decks come out now that we have a second set. That last statement sounded very long-winded. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little out of breath from that. But we got about, I think we have roughly 7 or 8 packs left here. But let me know what you think at home of the set so far. What deck are you playing? What is your favorite card? Who is your favorite character that they added? Because we do have a lot of new characters. Wreck-It Ralph, classic. I love that as well. Daisy Duck. We have a Cogsworth. Teeth and Ambitions. We have the Huntsman, followed by a foil 4 dozen eggs. Gaston getting his protein with his 4 dozen eggs. Yes, a lot of protein. All right, come on. We need one more legendary or one more big pull. We only have 3 legendaries, but to be fair, 2 of them are probably 2 of the best legendaries that they have put into the game so far. Mulan. We have the Sword in the Stone Raya. Tiana. We have Gaston. Pinocchio, flying with his flappy ears. We have Queen of Hearts. We have the Radigan's Marvelous Trap. And the Queen. Speaking of the shiftable Queen, this is her, and this card is busted good. Super, super good in the aggro decks. If they can't do anything on, if you have this on turn 2, like a 4/3 on turn 2, the quest for 2 is just good enough as it is. That's shifted on top of your 1-drop Queen. But this seems pretty good. The fact that you can quest and get double advantage, giving your opponent 4 less attack and one of your characters plus 4 attack, it seems pretty good. We also have a foil Sneezy. I think that Queen might actually be one of the most played cards from Amber in the new set for sure. That and the 1-drop Cinderella that sings for 3 they're so powerful. The Mufasa Legendary is very situational. Someone was saying they think that's one of the most powerful cards printed, but I think it's just too situational right now. And there's really only one way to look at the top of your deck, or a couple, and they're very color specific. So it definitely it restricts you a lot. We have World's Greatest Criminal Mind, Winnie the Pooh, and a foil Arthur, another very solid card. A lot of value on turn 3 with this card, or even late game. You can get a lot of value out of Arthur in the late game. He's a really good top deck if you have a couple things on board already. Very, very strong. All right, we got about 4 packs to go here. 5 packs, 4 packs. So far, we are still hunting down a 4th legendary though, but our super rares, I think we are right about 10. So still, pull rates are the same. So this is our second box for our sample size, and it does seem that it's going to be pretty much the same. Sorcerer Spellbook, we have the Yzma, and a foil Sword in the Stone. That does put us at 12 super rares already. So again, right on the money where we need to be, but we want to hit one of the big legendaries or an enchanted here to try to get us a little bit extra for Tom and the crew over Video Game Trader. So remember, if you want any of these, the link down in the description will take you to their website, and there should be a TCG player link for them there. We have a Goofy, followed by a foil Fairy Godmother. 2 packs to go here. Tom, thank you so much for letting me do this. I cannot wait to play in the release event. Ooh, we dropped the cards. Cannot wait to play in that release event this weekend, or actually this video might come out after I play the release event. So thank you for putting on an amazing release event. We have a Fidget, we have a Beast, Cruella de Vil, Yzma again. Look at look at that face. Goodness. Queen of Hearts, Sleepy's Flute, and a Prince John. This is definitely going to be one of the cards that I'm playing first in the set, and a foil Chief Bogo. All right, everybody, last pack magic. Can we get an enchanted in our last pack, or find that 4th legendary? So this pack or this box has only given us 3 legendaries so far, so this would mean there is some variance. Now, I do know that there is going to be variance within the legendaries and some of the other cards in the boxes. It can't be perfect. They're not perfectly seeded, but you know, you're going to get between 4 and 5 normally, but there are going to be boxes that don't have it. We have a Cheshire Cat, a Blue Fairy, Madam Mim, followed by a Snow White. Never mind, there is our 4th legendary. So some last pack magic, followed by a foil Lady Tremaine. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you want to watch more Lorcana content, click one of the 2 videos here, and don't forget to check out Video Game Trader. All these singles will be in their inventory, hopefully within the day. So I love you all, and have a fantastic rest of your week.